This week I'm going to build a really simple pinhole camera using just a cardboard box, some duct tape, a piece of computer paper, and some aluminum foil. Let's get started. Alright. This is going to be the projection screen. So it's got to fit on the back side of this box. Bam! Projection screen. Look at that awesome tape job. You can tell I'm good at wrapping presents. Next thing I gotta do is cut a hole in the front, and that's where the pinhole is gonna be, but I have read on the internet that you should use foil for the pinhole. I'm not sure, maybe because it's thinner than the cardboard or something, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to cut a larger hole, tape on some foil, and we'll put the pinhole in that. Plus then we can switch out the foil and try different size apertures. Now the foil's taped on, you got to put a little pinhole. So I don't actually have a pin, so I'm going to use probably just my knife. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny hole in there. Hopefully it'll work. It's probably not perfectly round because I use my knife instead of an actual pin or needle. But we'll see if it works. That ought to do. Alright, it's all sealed up, pinhole in the front, screens inside on the back. So now I just need a way to see inside of this thing without letting in a ton of light to see if there's anything projected on the back screen. So I'm just going to put a hole on top and look through it, and if it doesn't work out I can always patch it up with tape. So I don't see anything. I think I need more light. Okay, so I thought maybe it was working. I thought I saw some shadows moving around in there. So what I've done now, a couple things. First, I made the pinhole a little bit bigger using another tool I had, this tiny screwdriver. And then second, I made another hole over here. The first one was right here close to the screen, and the problem was I couldn't really see at the right angle. So this one's farther away, so I should be able to see more of the screen, I think, with that. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. Oh, cool! Whoa! I can see there's a house, and a window, trees, the sky if I look down. Well, I guess it's looking up that way. That is so cool! It's like, it's very dim and I can't really make out all the colors. It's almost like black and white, but that is way cool. Alright, so I'm going to stick the camera in the box and we'll see if this works. Let's put it in upside down. That way the image will be right side up. I have no idea if this is working or not. My camera isn't good enough to pick up the dim images that come in through my pinhole camera. I just can't set the exposure long enough to actually pick it up since the light level is so low. So what I did was I went and built this rig to get more light, and I can really demonstrate how a pinhole camera works. So we've got the pinhole camera here with a very small hole right in the front in the foil. This big hole will be blocked up by the camera lens. And over here I've got a light bulb. On the left side of the light bulb, it's colored red. On the right side, it's colored green. And that's so you can get a good idea of the orientation of the bulb and how it should look, or it should look in the image once you see it. and we can see what actually happens. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this light bulb on, stick the camera in the box, take a couple photos, see if we can get something good. I took one picture of the light bulb with my camera, just a regular old picture of the light bulb, and you can see how it looks to the human eye. It's pointing up, and it's got the red dot on the left side, the green dot on the right side. Now you might think that with the pinhole camera, you'd get the same thing because it's pointed at it in the same way. But what actually happens is the light bulb appears upside down and also reversed, so that the red dot is on the right side and the green dot's on the left. But you might ask yourself, why does that happen? Well, to demonstrate why that happens, we'll get rid of the pinhole camera, and instead we'll put a pretend screen, just a piece of paper on the back. That'll be our makeshift screen for the demonstration. And instead of the pinhole, we'll take this piece of cardboard that has a hole in it, and that'll act as our pinhole on our pinhole camera. And this way we can actually see what kind of goes on inside of the camera. So why does the top of the light bulb actually appear to be at the bottom of the image? Well, it has to do with the fact that light travels in straight lines. So if you were to take a point at the top of this light bulb, and you were to look at all the light rays coming off of it, it's going to shoot rays of light in pretty much every possible direction, just all over the place, but in straight lines. Light can't penetrate cardboard, so it's going to be dark on the other side of it, unless if we put a hole in it for the light to actually puncture through. So if we put just a really small pinhole, then only, a couple of those light rays are really going to be able to get through it. And only light rays that come in at a certain angle, because the light source is not moving. So to illustrate this piece of string will act as our light ray. So if you imagine rays of light coming off the top of this light bulb, they're going to go all over the place, all different directions. But if they come over here, they can't get through this cardboard. They can only get through at one possible angle, which is right here. So if we put the light ray through the cardboard, and we put it back on the top of the light bulb, we make a straight line through this hole, what you'll see is that it's actually angled downward. And then if we move that and we say, okay, well, what about a light ray that comes from the bottom? You're going to see, since it moves in a straight line, it actually goes up. And that's exactly why the light bulb flips upside down. And the reason it goes left to right is actually the exact same reason, because whatever's on the left side of the bulb has to travel slightly to the right side of the screen in order to make it through the hole, and vice versa. So with just some basic supplies in less than an hour's time, you can build your own pinhole camera. Have fun, and don't forget to like or subscribe.